evening, everyone. My name is Jabari Brisport, and I am one of the candidates running here for City Council. In case you couldn't tell from me standing behind this table in my finest suit from Macy's, I grew up in this district. I was born and raised in Prospect Heights. My mother was, she grew up there too. My grandmother got the house in the 1950s. And what's interesting is that when my grandmother moved there, we were seeing white flight leave the neighborhood. And now in this day and age, we have what I like to call white return to the neighborhood, which I know many people in this audience may be concerned about. Although if you've been following this campaign, I like to say that gentrification is not specifically caused by white people per se, it's caused by capitalism and the commodification and the tax. With that in mind, I am the only candidate on this stage who is an open, unabashed, unashamed socialist. And the people that are not clapping right now, don't freak out. I'm not trying to make it like Soviet Russia. I'm not trying to stage a government takeover. I just believe our economy needs to be fundamentally restructured so that it meets people's needs, not profit lines. It means, I believe, like 8A, that housing is a human right. And it means that here in New York City, we get the dirty, disgusting, grubby fingers of the real estate industry out of our communities and out of our political system. It also means we put the Bedford Union Armory in a community land trust so that community has input on it and we have the final say on how it happens. I believe that Black Lives Matter, and that means that here, I believe we need to place the NYPD under community control. I believe that education is the single greatest investment that any community can make in its future generation. And here in New York City, that means I believe we stop the encroachment of charter schools on the funding of our public schools. It means we decrease class sizes, and as someone who's taught the SAT for the past 6 years, it means we teach our students how to think, not how to take a test. I believe in an economy that works for all of us, not just a wealthy few at the top 1%. So yes, I will be calling for higher taxes on the wealthy, and I do want to shift that funding back into the community, local businesses, and worker co-ops, which I'm a huge fan of. Last but not least, like 8A, I care deeply, deeply about climate change. I don't believe it's one of the questions tonight, but I promise you all, I can fight for all the affordable housing you want. If it's under sea level in 50 years, you're gonna have a bad time. So whether that means divesting New York City's pension fund from fossil fuels at a citywide level, or a local level, in Fort Greene, it means just putting more recycling bins out so people can actually recycle in Fort Greene. That would be fantastic, and I think the way we can turn the tide on our planet literally melting. So again, my name is Jabari Brisport. You will not be voting for me on September 12th. I'm in the Green Party. If anybody here is in the Green Party, I do have a primary challenger. His name is Scott Hudgens. He didn't show up, so don't vote for him, vote for me. And I do plan to win the primary soundly, so for those of you who are not, okay, Jabari Brisport.